Okay, it's 9:51 a.m. I had two trades with IBIO, and the first one I should not have traded at all, and the second one, well, I think it was fine for what it was. This is up on the gap up, all right, and it's a biotech, and I should have known better to have traded it, but I went ahead and did it anyway because it is something that worked a lot, but it's just not that time period again where a lot of these setups were just really popping off. I did trade this when it looked like it was going to break above VWAP, but it never did. At 9:41, I bought 100 shares, and that was right here at 150 because it was looking like it was going to break above VWAP, and then it could ideally continue the uptrend. And it also looks like an inverse head and shoulders almost, and shoulder right here ahead, and then a potential shoulder. So I was in it for that reason, and the setup hasn't really been working that much lately. And then this is a sketchy biotech. Biotech's worked the least out of all of these that have these big gap ups and, try to make a move towards the upside. Really, really bad that I took it. Maybe if it wasn't a biotech, it would have been more likely something that I would have been okay with. And then it looked like it was going to break the day low, which was 144 at the time, and I did sell at 943, which was not too much later. I actually held on to it, and then it started to turn around. There was actually a chance I was considering to take an entry, thinking that it could try to turn around because I saw another one like this where it just really looked like it was going to break the day low, and then it doesn't do it. But I didn't take it, but I did trade it again once it was actually breaking above VWAP, which was fine. And I was in at 150, 187 at 949, which was right here. And essentially, my risk level was it breaking under this uptrending trend line that I had right here. And on top of that, if it was going to make a move under VWAP, I would have gotten out. This one is actually really working, and I don't mind that I lost on this setup right here just a little bit. This thing just trades like trash, and it's just a good reminder not to really, be so kind to biotechs because they're very ugly. At 949, I did get out very quickly because of the fact that, was it really 949? Yeah, I guess I sold some while it was uptrending a little bit, just 20 shares. But I did sell the majority of the position at 950 once it was making a move under this trend line that I just drew. And it even broke under VWAP, as you can tell right here. And I did get out at 151 too. I did make that lesson, and I am trying to follow it, that if a stock is known to have ugly wicks, that I have to be a little more lenient on my risk level. So, for an example, this thing could have been something where I'm not going to get out unless it actually closes and opens a new candle under my risk level. But I didn't really see any signs that this thing is known to be wicky. You could say this is it, but this is pre-market price action. It could do random stuff like that. So even though it is in the 170s and I have my entry in the 150s, I don't mind because I didn't think this thing was going to trade like this. And let me see if I can, I guess I'll remove this and see if maybe, I mean, I could have drawn a more gradual trend line, but at the time, this was it, just from here to here. I guess for now, it would have to be something like this. And that's pretty far away from where it's trading. You would essentially have to sell if it gets to 160 and it's like 10 cents above it. So yeah, this is a very tricky stock, an ugly biotech. Could have avoided the first trade right here, and I think I lost like $4 and 85 cents. And this one I barely lost anything, and it did work out, but just not the way I would have liked it to. It's just again a really ugly stock, but in theory it is making setups and everything. Was also looking at OCUL because it got to this breakout level of $6, but the way it did it here was kind of freaky, and I was looking at this for a bull flag. It did do it, but as you can see, it also turned around super quickly with just one big green candle, so nothing super ideal here. I'll make an update later. Alright, it is 11:46 p.m. and I'm here to call it off. Overall, I'm going to be down on the day, $4.67. Really looking forward to getting past this day because I just really don't like the way I traded today. Three trades with IBIO, and I just didn't like how, with I think almost all of these setups, this one right here, even though it wasn't an ideal setup, it never broke the day low right here. If I had better I guess, holding strength, I would have been able to have held, even though it would have been very uneasy right here. I would have actually held through this and it would have been profitable. And then the one right here, it doesn't show VWAP anymore because it just updates later, but I think I still have a recording when VWAP was still down here. And, this could have been something where if I just had a stronger risk level, either an open under VWAP or maybe even the day low, I would have been profitable with this one right here. At least I would have had better sales. And then the third trade I had right here, I'm not sure if I went over this one. Actually, I don't think I did, but this was like a dip under VWAP. So essentially, after the big run up, it breaks and downtrends under VWAP, tries to find a bottom right here. And I did buy 100 shares at 10.12, which was right here at 156, basically. It just didn't work out, as you can see. It didn't make a move towards VWAP. It, just kind of stumbled around right here, and I did sell ultimately, and that one was a slight profit. Um, yeah, just a very slight profit. I just barely got out a bit higher than my entry. It didn't work out right here. And then I had a whole bunch of other things to do, and I like the inverse head and shoulders here. Shoulder, head, shoulder around that 11 to 12 time period. So that was actually something that developed. And then this is just freaky. It did eventually get above VWAP here. I wouldn't have expected something crazy like this. So this one kind of trades a bit toxic. But I still could have done better myself, just holding on to the risk level with the first two trades. And then the third one just simply didn't work out, which is fine. Yeah, hopefully I can do a lot better. I don't want to see myself continue the trade like that because that wasn't very good. And that's it. That's pretty much all there is for today. There wasn't really anything else that I was interested in. This one was cool how it was breaking above 6, but this one traded pretty ugly, even worse than IBIO, so I never really actually traded it. Yeah, that's it for today.